Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Fearless Travel Guide, and today Ryan and I have put a list together of 7 things that we wish we would have known before taking our very first Disney cruise. So get your pen and paper, take some notes, and let's get started. Okay, so number 1 is you have to drop your kids off in the children's area. So in the areas that have, Andy's Toy Room or the Millennium Falcon, before we got on our cruise, we thought that those were out in the open for everyone to use, but it is in a special part of the ship where you sign your kids in and they use their little magic bands to get into that area. And they do have open house hours throughout the sailing. They're usually for an hour long, and it's very crowded. So we thought that we were going to get some more time to look at the Millennium Falcon and Andy's room, but we really didn't. So keep in mind that that is not open to everyone all the time. Number 2, play the Muppets Detective Game. I wish we would have known how much fun this was going to be before we set sail, because we probably would have played it a few more times. You get different cards and you get different experiences every time that you play. I think there are maybe 4 or 5 different ways that you can play, but it was so much fun, and it's a great way to explore the ship too. I highly, highly, highly recommend trying out this game. Our next tip is to really consider booking an interior room. You get magical portholes in an interior room on a Disney cruise, and they are so incredible, and you really end up saving quite a bit of money. We had 5 people in our party, so we had to get a balcony, but if we sail again and there's only 4 of us, definitely we will be getting an interior room with one of those magical portholes, because look at how cute it is. Really, that's awesome. I love Disney. All right, the next thing I wish I would have known before booking is to get a holiday sailing. Now, we actually ended up on Halloween on the high seas, kind of on accident, and that's a whole other story that I'll get into another day. But I'm so glad that we did, because not only do your kids get to dress up in costumes, go trick-or-treating, there's all sorts of special decor throughout the ship, there's special stories, even the characters have different costumes. It is so special. So there's Halloween on the high seas, as well as Very Merry Time cruises, which I love the name. So those are obviously more holiday, like Christmas holiday themed, and same thing, different decorations, the characters are in different costumes, and it's really, really exciting. So let us know in the comments, would you take a holiday sailing? Have you been on one? And let us know what you thought of it. Okay, so this next tip would be to take your time at Castaway Cay, and don't forget to pick up some exclusive merchandise. There are special pins that are exclusive to Castaway Cay, spirit jerseys, t-shirts, all that kind of stuff. That is stuff that you can only get at Castaway Cay. It's a little bit more difficult to get that than a Disney Cruise Line type of merchandise. So definitely take your time. There is so much to do at Castaway Cay. It is just beautiful. It is worth waking up early to get there. If you want to get, this is kind of like a super special tip, but if you want to get off the boat before anyone else, sign up to do the 5K, the Castaway Cay 5K, and you will be the first off the ship. I believe it starts at 8 a.m. So if you want, you're going to have to walk or run if you want off the ship early, so you got to work for it, but totally, totally worth it if you want to really enjoy that island. There is so much to do. We were there when it was raining and overcast, and we still had an amazing time. So just take your time, wake up early, and if you can find an itinerary that double dips into Castaway Cay, totally do that. Now, our next tip is to get reservations to meet the princesses. It is totally free and included with your cruise to meet the different characters. But the princesses, that's one that kind of sells out, so to speak, very, very early. So whenever it is available for you to book those things on your Disney cruise, make sure you do it as soon as you can, because like I said, they do book up pretty quickly. With the whole craziness that happened on our cruise, it ended up being canceled because of Hurricane Irma. Anyway, I was able to contact Disney Cruise Lines, and they were very, very gracious in helping me get some different reservations. So remember, always be nice to cast members and see if they can help you out. Okay, so the next thing I wish I would have known is don't stress about dietary restrictions. We have, our son has sensory processing disorder, and we thought we were just gonna have the hardest time finding him food that just fit his diet. And there is such a huge, diverse selection of food on the Disney cruise that is not something you should worry about. Not only that, contact the cruise line ahead of time and let them know you're going to be bringing a few snacks, and I'm sure that they will be totally fine with that. Finally, I wish I would have known how amazing the fish extender gift exchange would be. This is something that you do before you set sail, and you join a Facebook group and exchange gifts with usually about 10 people. If you're not following us on Pinterest, here is where you can find all of these ideas for gifts and the extenders themselves. Do some research on fish extenders. You will not regret it. It's going to be one of your favorite parts of the cruise, I promise. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. These are all things that we wish we would have known before setting sail. Let us know what your favorite tip was, and we will see you again tomorrow.